Hey there, everybody. Sorry I'm running a little bit late today. I had to. It's been an interesting day. I'm just kind of tired. I really want to do another Photoshop thing, but at the same time, I'm kind of exhausted, and Photoshop is wanting to freak out on me so badly. I don't even know why. So I just wanted to, I don't know, I guess chat about a couple of things that. This might be pretty short, but I didn't want to stop the stream because I also wanted to get, for the people that have been in the stream pretty hardcore, I want to know, like, how do you feel the streams are going and things of that nature, and then bring up a couple little itty bitty things that I think. Let me turn down this desktop audio. That was loud. And just talk about a few things that might be of interest to anybody. And yeah, that's really it. So, yeah, so I basically was just, that's all I wanted today. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and minimize a few things here. And just, how is everybody doing today? Like, how's your Friday rolling? Thanks for coming again to my lunchtime stream that I've done. I think this is like my 6th week doing this, and I'm like, it's pretty crazy. Making sure stuff is okay. We're rolling good. Oh, jeez. Okay, I have 2 viewers. So, okay. Since I'm just trying to roll with what I can, the first thing I wanted to bring up is I just noticed today, I'm a part of a group. It's a gaming group specifically for Black women. I'm in all sorts of gaming groups, but this one, these are some of my peoples, because I feel like I can really talk to them about, some online crap that happens, but also a lot of news that maybe in the way that I would describe it or do, they kind of gets it, like it's a cool group. It's a really cool group. I love them, and I guess they always put job openings too. No worries, I know it's been a heck of a week. It has been a heck of a week. But they put a job opening, so maybe some of you in the chat might be interested. I guess G4 TV is trying to come back, and I did not know this till I was like I said, in my group. Let me see if I can find the video again, and I'll link it, so if you wish to look it up, you can. And they're doing an audition for a new host on G4 TV, or a few new hosts. TV. Let's see. Yeah, it's just one video by Adam from G4 TV. I don't know if any of y'all have, remember that G4 life. Let's see. There we go. It's in the chat. But there is, that's going on, and that's actually pretty cool. I'm like, oh, okay. So I sent an audition tape in. Really, it wasn't really an audition tape. I sent an old video of me talking about Pizza Titan Ultra, and then threw in there like, hey, if I'm not a good host, because I don't know if I am. Yeah, that was a long time ago. But, I mean, it's a good time for it to come back. And sorry, I want to scoot up, but my dog is being extra fraidy cat today. Can you scoot? Scoot, bud? Can you scoot? Scoot. Okay, move your tail so I don't step on you. Okay, there you go. Thank you. Sorry, I'm talking to Samson. But yeah, this GeForce TV is coming back. They were like, what, early 2000s? Like, G4 TV was like probably a big deal long ago. It probably officially died like 10 years ago, I want to say. I don't know, but they're doing some sort of, yeah. They're doing some sort of new search. And I posted in there my Pizza Titan Ultra thing. I sent an email. And I was like, well, I'm not sure if I'm host material. 2004. Wow, they went to 2014? Holy cow. I remember when I was in high school, they were a big deal. Bud, can you lay down? Sorry. My dog's like, I don't know what he's doing. But yeah, I didn't realize G4 TV was running that long. I was like, holy shite. And I put in my audition. I really told them, I was like, hey, if you need an editor, you know who to talk to, wink. Because I'm more interested in editing than being on camera. Like, even when I do this stuff, I'm like super awkward on camera. And I'm not even sure if anybody, you know, wants to see me, like, when I do Netflix and chilled drinks and ish like that. But nonetheless, the main point of this whole thing was G4 TV is coming back and they are looking for host. I have linked in the chat to the YouTube video that is advertising for people to, you know, make their videos and make their comeback. And it's pretty funny. I think there's also a Reddit post where you can either drop your 2-minute video in the Reddit post or you can email them a link to your video. So anybody who's interested in that, just go ahead and do it. Go do it. And I don't know much else other than that. I didn't really do that much research. As I said, I saw the posting. The other thing that I've noticed, I wanted to kind of talk about that I never imagined. For those that haven't seen it, it's the last video I did this week. It was about Eric Trump and his paranoia about Mob Psycho 100. I didn't think that video was... Okay, for me, that video is gaining traction. Like I post and I maybe get... Like, a good video will get me, like, 70 to 80 views in the first 48 hours between, like, 100... Like, maybe, like... I want to say 20, 30 views in the first 24 hours, which I don't care. I'm having fun just making stuff. And this one kind of went nuts. It's still going. It's, the last time I looked at it was, let's see if I can find it here. I mean, I can find it. It's my own video. Is this Mob Psycho trending on Twitter? Last time I looked, like, it's at 238 views. I've only posted it like 3 days ago. It's pretty crazy. For me, that's crazy. But I am enjoying just seeing it go up. And it's the whole video, for anybody who hasn't seen it, it's just, I found it funny. And this is a TLDR. I saw this trending on Twitter. And I was like, why is Mob Psycho 100 trending? And I finally realized that Eric Trump doesn't know how Twitter, or not Twitter, but the Google works. And I know I'm not the best, like, person to describe any of this. However, I have worked with Google for a long time. And of course, most people that know the basics of Google, Google goes on an algorithm. So if people are searching a bunch for something, then it'll appear. Mob Psycho was fairly popular within the last few years. And so he was looking up mobs. Why anybody would be doing this, I don't freaking know. I really do not know why any just rando is like, I'm gonna look up mobs on the internet and see so I can be mad and angry. I don't know what his thought process was, but he got mad because he saw a bunch of pictures of Mob Psycho and now thinks there's a that Google has a conspiracy, or he has a conspiracy that Google is trying to suppress any mob photos because they're replacing with anime. It's nuts. It's nuts. In my video, at the very end, I even show that Mob Psycho, if you type in the word Mob Psycho still appears. There's like Mob Psycho, some peaceful protesters, and peaceful protesters probably slash a flash mob and the mafia. So I went ahead and just, yeah, I made a video about this. Didn't think it was going to do anything, and it's been pretty nutty. It's interesting. It's an interesting time. We're in interesting times. That's all I have to freaking say. And I am going nuts with how my OBS is looking. Oh, lordy lord. Or lord. I'll stop being dumb. No, I won't. No, I won't. So you're going to see some adjustments, and that's okay. And there's a plastic bag because my dog is a fraidy cat, and I had to move the bag away from him because if he touches it, he's going to flip his shit because he already did earlier when I tripped over this light. Yeah, no kidding. Welcome to the taco truck life. Oh, God, yeah. I'm with you there. I'm with you there. I'm like, it's my dumbest video, and I don't know. It's doing great. I have other videos that I would rather people go watch, but nope, that's the one. That's the one that the Google lords are saying, hey, this is fine. If you want, I'll link it. I'll you know what? I'll just go ahead and link it because I'm not gonna watch it again. I mean, some of y'all that are probably here watched it last night during my other live stream I host with some friends, but this makes me sad. Like, it really legit, like, makes me sad. Let's go ahead and post it in there. Anime-wise, I just wanted to talk for a few minutes about some old anime I like, because I feel like a lot of people talk about the new stuff, and I don't mind, because, like, I need to catch up on ReZero. I really do. I liked the first season of ReZero. I might just be waiting, because I'm one of those trash people that doesn't want to wait week by week. I've been there. I've done that. I'm old. I'm old enough to remember live TV still. And watching anything live TV, I'm like, I don't want to do this. No. I'll wait till it's finished, and then I'm just going to binge it all in a single day. Though, other anime-wise, like I said, I think I mentioned last week I watched Agretsuko, and I watched a few other shows. This week I haven't watched too much. I've been following more anime news. Like, there was actually a poll recently, and let me find it again, because I had it for my chat last night, but not the one today. And it was about anime theme songs, like the top 30 anime theme songs of all time. And yeah, I'm trying to find what the thing was because I wanted to talk more about this. Yeah, it was the Annie Song General Election. They had a and I'll link the article for people in the chat as well. So even if you're not chatting, just go check there if you're like, the freak is she talking about? And basically it was talking about music and songs and ish that makes sense to me. Like, the number one was Cruel Angel's Thesis for this top song. So let me read it. So let's see, this theme song from blah blah blah. It was a 2.5 hour show that aired Sunday, and it counted down the 30 best anime songs. And some of the anime songs they got in this, I got words. I was so mad at that list. I know, this list. Okay, so a few things. The Cruel Angel's Thesis is number one. I don't think anybody, even if you don't like Cruel Angel's Thesis, I don't know many people who do not like Cruel Angel's Thesis, would say, oh, heck no, that doesn't deserve to be number one. I think I think that one does. But, like, number two is the Demon Slayer theme. Number three is from Battleship Yamamoto. And, I mean, I love me some Battleship Yamamoto, but I don't know if I would say that. 4 is Butterfly from Digimon Adventure. 5 is Touch from Touch. I don't know. Some of these, I would say no. This feels like somebody's personal list of what their tops are. And there's nothing wrong. But it does say that this was a voted on list. So, I don't know. Maybe it's different out in Japan. That could be the main reason this list looks so different. Because, like, here in America, even last night we talked about it. The list would be different. Would be much, much different. Like, let me scroll. I think it's like number 12. Yeah. Moonlight Densetsu? From Sailor Moon, basically the main theme everybody recognizes. If you're, the generic American, most people know the Fighting Evil by Moonlight, that kind of thing. Yeah, that song is like number 12. Like, I mean, this is obviously the Japanese version, and it's well known there, but it's like number 12. I would think that's top 5, hands down. But people different. People like different things, different strokes, different folks. Something like that. I don't know. I did not agree with that. Like, I could make my own list of top 10s, and it would be totally different than anything anybody else gonna choose. I already know. I mean, I would still agree hands down that Neon Genesis is like Cruel Angel's Thesis, because even I love it. And of course, my favorite meme from that was the black kid dancing to the Cruel Angel's Thesis. There's like a choir, like my favorite video for Cruel Angel's Thesis. There's a black choir and they're singing. It's a black gospel choir. And they're getting down on some Cruel Angel's Thesis. I was like, ooh, yes, 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 yes. So, I don't know. It was interesting. So, I don't know. Like, some of it, let me go down further. There is Chala He Chala from Dragon Ball Z. That's like number 17. I was like, what? So yeah, this list kind of made me mad, but whatever. They do them. So I really just, if I had to make a list of my personal anime themes that I still rock out to all the time, that half of them are not even on this list. Like Cruel Angel's Thesis, yeah, I still fucks with it. Guren no Yumiya, I love that song. That would probably be like, maybe like number 9, because I work out to Guren no Yumiya. Like, my snowball is like going nuts. Let's turn you down a little. Okay. Yeah, I work out to that one. So, if I had to say number 10 would be Gomen, I can't remember. It's the ending for Kill la Kill. I believe the first one. My secondary one would be, so that'd be number 10. Number 9 would be Guren no Yumiya. 8 would be the theme, or the ending theme from Sorcerer Hunters. There's actually going to be a lot of ending themes that are my favorite. So I guess this is themes. This is theme songs. I can't be listing like endings. But it just says Annie song general election. So it just says themes. So I can pick an ending theme if I want. Would be so number 8 would be the ending to Sorcerer Hunters. 7 would be, oh man, probably the opening to Revolutionary Girl Utena. 6 would be the opening to Erased. 5, so we're at 5, so I don't know if y'all are still interested in me talking about what my top anime stuff themes would be. 5, and if not, I'll cut it. I'll cut it short. Just tell me in the chat. Okay, I still got, nobody's responding, so I would say 5 is probably the original Slayer's opening. I actually know that song by heart, like the Japanese. I know what it's, yeah, I was that kid. I was that weird kid as as I was younger. It was crazy. I actually remember watching it. So my problem is anime theme wise, I'm stuck in the 90s. I am too. There's, like I said, I got Kill la Kill and Attack on Titan as my most recent ones. So that's it. 5 would probably be like, yeah, 5 would be the Slayer's theme. 4, the theme from Erase. That's what I was saying. That was actually number 4. 4 is the theme from Erase. Because that theme is fire. I don't know why nobody's not talking about it. 3 would be probably the Sailor Moon. Actually, well, no, it's a very specific Sailor Moon theme. It's the theme of Sailor Moon R's movie. Love it. I love that movie so much. Like, I love the... I know a lot of people don't like the Sailor Moon R movie. I do, and that's probably my favorite theme of them all. The second would be... Shoot... Because I love a lot of video game music. This is why it gets difficult. That's the stuff I listen to a lot, is video games. 2, I would probably have to actually say the Cutie Honey theme. And my number one song I always go back to and mess with. I'm trying to think what song do I not mind. I mean, I have a lot of future funk, but that's not necessarily anime themes. Shoot, my number 1 song, that becomes a little difficult. Probably... Once in a blue moon, I will actually randomly put on the Lupin the Third soundtrack. I actually did a few days ago, because I was trying to convince my husband to watch The Bloodshed of Ishikawa Goemon. And I was like, ooh, let's listen to the Lupin theme. So I listened to the Lupin theme, and I left it on. I just let jazz remix of it play over and over and over again for like an hour. I think I drove him nuts. So yeah, that would be my like top 10 list. Yeah, I don't have too much. I've also got... Oh, man. But yeah, when I saw that list, I was like, this is some booty. Oh, the other thing I did want to mention was, I think the 2 of you that are still here probably already know, is that When They Cry is having a redone version in October. And I'm actually pretty excited about this. When They Cry. Like, it's such a messed up series. I love When They Cry. And I'll put the link down below again, so if you're curious. They definitely updated the character designs. But I think it actually... Because I read the manga for When They Cry. I think it actually looks closer to the manga than, like, the original version. It just could be me being biased, because I think the character designs look better than that early weird-ass, like, 2000s version of When They Cry came out. Like, they looked hyper kawaii, like... not Supersonic. I'm trying to remember. There was, like, a few animes that were, like... You see that buggy style, and you're like, oh, that one. And that's what the original When They Cry looked like. So, I'm looking forward to October. I'm stoked for October. I can't wait. I also found out last night, so anybody who might be new here, I don't know who is, but anyone who pops in that might be new, they're also pushing back the release date for Junji Ito. I'm like thinking of all of his other titles. You know when you have the brain fart. They pushed back the date for Uzumaki. So Uzumaki was supposed to come out back in March. And of course, as we all know, things happened in the world and they pushed it back to 2021. And I found out last night that got pushed back to 2021 like 2 weeks ago. And if you haven't read that, LOL, it was a weird transition from 90s to 2000 anime. Oh, for real, 2000s anime, that got a little weird. Some of the character designs got a little bit weird, but there's many I love. But yeah, Uzumaki got pushed back to 2021. I don't know when. I know it's supposed to be coming out on Toonami, and it looks gorgeous if the animation looks the way they were advertising it. So I'm stoked for Uzumaki. Anyone who didn't know, I really love me some horror anime. Like, there's plenty of trash horror anime, but there's some gems. Like, King's Game. I think it's King's Game. That was pretty trash. I actually made some... I made friends mad because of a scene in there, and I gave them a different scenario. Okay, so to go ahead and ruin it, the scene is... The whole thing of King's Game is you get some mysterious letter. At least that's how it originally was, but now, because they updated it, you get a text message that tells you, hey, you have to do this really jacked up thing or you will die. And if you don't do this jacked up thing within the allotted time I'm giving you, then I'm just going to murder you in some awful way. And nobody believes it until people start dying horribly for no random fucking reason. It sounds like a cool concept, but man, when you actually see how they do it, it's like, man, this is stupid. It's always something like, hey, I want you to go bang your girlfriend or I'm going to murder you all. And you're like, what? Or, you know, go murder this girl or I'm going to murder you. And you have to do it in 24 hours. So the part that I made some friends mad at when I described this was in King's Game, one of the guys gets a message that says you have to have sex with someone or I'm going to kill you. You'll die if you don't have sex with someone. And the kid, he has no girlfriend, no nothing. And him and his best friend and his best friend's girl are sitting there. And they're just like, oh no, what are we going to do? So then all of a sudden they tell him, they're like, oh, so basically they come up with the genius idea where he's like, well, sleep with my girl. And he was like, go screw my girlfriend. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, it's the only way we can do this and stop the curse. And I was like, there was another way. my rotten girl brain went, there's always another way. And the first thing that popped in my mind was like, y'all could have banged you could have banged your bro. You could have done your bro a favor and banged him instead of making your girlfriend. Because they actually knocked the girl out. So essentially he's like, yeah, because she's like, I don't want to do this. I want you to be my first, blah, blah, blah. And I think No, I'm sorry. They knock out the best friend because he's a good dude and he's like, I'm not going to do that to your girlfriend. They knock him out and he was like, do it. You know what you need to do. And it's supposed to be this serious scene, but it's not. And I was like, you could have banged your bro. Like, I'm surprised she didn't bring up the option. Like, there is another, but anyway, that's my mini rant on King's Game. I mean, I could do a review on it. I really thought it was dumb. But it's I guess it's horror. It is what it is. But I love me some horror animes. Like, there's some really good ones. Like, Another was good. It was good until the last episode. That would be my main thing. Since October's coming, if you want some good horror anime or some creepy shit to watch, even just funny, but could still be considered that, Another is really good. I wanted the Junji Ito collection to be good. I think the best one of those shorts was Slug Girl. And, I mean, it still doesn't do the comics justice. It does not do any of his artwork justice. But if you want a good one out of that collection, watch Slug Girl. There's... Oh, man, what was the other one? Shiki. I love Shiki. Shiki is raw, though. When I originally found out about Shiki, I was reading the manga first. And when they announced an anime was coming, I was stoked because I had just finished the manga. Like, the manga had just ended or was about to end. And the anime was in production. But Shiki's good. Though, I would say, if you watch Shiki, you can watch the whole thing. And it actually lines up pretty well with the manga. So you can just read it. But the endings are different. I think it's one of those cases where the manga was ahead, like the anime went a little bit of ahead of the manga. Because in the when they maybe were in production. Because in Shiki, the ending for the anime, and if you haven't watched Shiki, either mute me If you haven't watched Shiki and you plan to, either mute me or leave right now, because I'm about to give a spoiler for the end. If you don't care about those two, oh, is that my friend, my troll friend? Yes. No, we're not talking about Boku no Pico. I'm not talking cursed anime. I'm talking Shiki. And I was saying, if you mute me now, if you haven't seen, if you plan to watch Shiki and if you have watched Shiki, haven't not watched Shiki and don't want to know the ending, or you just don't want to know the ending. So mute me now and I'll do something like this when I'm finished. So going into it, the end of Shiki in the anime, they leave it ambiguous of what happens to the monk and the main vampire girl. It's left as a complete and utter mystery. Like, I don't know why. They're just like, they ran off in the woods and no one knows what happened to them. They're living somewhere. In the manga, though, you actually find out he did make his dream come true of becoming a successful author. Because a piece of mail shows up, it ends up showing up, and I think it's like a paycheck or something. But they said, oh, we have to mail it. Or I think they're like, oh, we have to mail this check because we don't know where he is, but we know he keeps producing these books that he always wanted to make. Okay. Alright, and so those are the two big differences between Shiki, but the anime did a great job of keeping the creepiness of the manga. And, like, the reason I always suggest Shiki, which a lot of people don't realize, is it's about vampires. This town of people, it's just a quiet town, and people just start dying. Like, left and right, people are just dropping like flies. And nobody knows what's going on. They think it's some illness. And you find out vampires moved in, and they're actually turning the people of the town into vampires so that they can have a village of vampires where they can live without being in fear every day. Like Boku no Pico. No. Get out of here. I even gave you a thank you in my last video. Begrudgingly, but I gave you a thank you. But it gets really raw because you think the vampires are the scariest part. The people are the scariest thing in Shiki. So all the humans, they start wrecking the vampires. They do some really messed up shit. Like, there are messed up deaths in Shiki. I remember the one my husband winced at is, I can't remember her name right now, but the girl with the pink hair. Once she becomes a vampire, and you already know she's a vampire because people have, this shit's old. Now it's old. But the girl with the pink hair likes to think he was getting pulled. I know, I'm about to pull that thank you I threw in there. They get a tractor and they run over her face. Like, the people are like, nope, screw this. And my husband was like, oh my god, that was violent. I was like, that's actually the least violent. I feel like that was the least violent death. Or the least violent way they took somebody out in Shiki. The messed up one was the doctor with his wife. He just experiments with her and, like, pumps, like, bleach and all sorts of other shit through her. And so she can feel the pain of all of the chemicals and shit he's doing to her. Like, she heals instantly because she's a vampire, but she feels all the pain. And you just feel bad for her because he's like, yeah, he straps her down to a table and is like, alright, I'm going to torture you. That's what's going to happen. I'm like, ooh, this is bad. And so I always tell people for days, I'm like, go watch Shiki. I don't think a lot of people were interested in Shiki at the time, but over time I see more people talking about Shiki as a good horror. And I didn't say anything about Another because I think most people, Another is Final Destination, the anime. That sounds painful. Oh yeah, it's bad. Shiki has some, they have some messed up stuff in Shiki. Trying to think. A lot of people like the Corpse Party anime, but I would actually say go watch somebody do a playthrough of Corpse Party, the first Corpse Party. The others they're okay. Because of course, in game-wise in Corpse Party, there's Corpse Party, I think there's Book of Shadows, and then I think there's a third, I don't know, there's like 3 or 4 Corpse Party games. But just watch the first one, And don't watch the OVA. The OVA is not that great. It's basically just all the gore and none of the interesting story that makes Corpse Party awesome. So yeah, that's my biggest suggestion there. And Dead on Arrival, I think, is the third one. I might be saying it wrong. I know it's in a hospital. It's just, it got cheesier once they started doing 3D graphics with Corpse Party. Like, something about that pixelated ass shit made it creepier and more disturbing than they upgraded to 3D graphics. Book of Shadows is kind of weird. It's just alternate endings. They're still not happy endings. They're just not. I think there's like one character who has a happy ending, but he is a messed up character anyway, so he gets to murder and do whatever he wants to people. Yeah. But yeah, Book of Shadows is alternate endings. Like, one of the endings is in the original Corpse Party, a person gets hung, and I'm not, if you haven't read or watched Corpse Party, I'm not going to tell you why she's hung, but she gets hung and her best friend finds her. So in Book of Shadows, the alternate ending for that one is, instead of getting hung, she sees something that terrifies her. The girl that was hung runs and her head gets chopped off. So yeah, Corpse Party Book of Shadows has even worse, just worse endings. Now I'm trying to think of any other really good... Oh, and the Pet Shop of Horrors. How can I forget the Pet Shop of Horrors? Because I can't say horror correctly. It sounds like I'm saying horrors. Yeah, Pet Shop of Horrors is... You play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. Essentially, Count D, the whole premise of Pet Shop of Horrors is... Count D will tell you, you'll be like, oh cool, I want this rabbit. And Count D is going to tell you, okay, cool, you can have this rabbit. I love Pet Shop. It's so good. It's classic. Count D will tell you, okay, here's how you take care of it. It's kind of like Gremlins. They did all get what they deserved. No, there's one dude, he didn't necessarily, there was one person I don't think deserved it. I can't remember. I think it was the last one. There's something that happened and they didn't deserve it. They were the only people. But I think it was the one that was the Star Wars-esque story with the Medusa. And that one's actually sad. Not they had it coming. But essentially Count D will give you what you want. And if you're like, I want a rabbit, but the rabbit looks like a little kid. Because you desperately want children. And so he tells you, he's like, okay, this is cool. You can have this rabbit. Here's how to take care of it. Do not feed it anything other than what I tell you, and don't do it after dark. So totally Gremlin story there. And the lady eventually in the story is like, well, screw you. I'm going to do what I want because this looks like my dead kid. And essentially it just starts replicating. And so it's really creepy, that episode. Some of those episodes get me. They get me so bad. So, I keep saying so a lot. I'm sorry. That would be my last one since Halloween's coming up. And I don't know what any of you are doing for Halloween. I personally don't plan to leave the house for Halloween. Just too much. There's too much going on in the world, and I ain't about to fuck with this. Just because I'm not gonna fuck with it. That's all I got to say. I'm not gonna fucks with Halloween. So I'm probably gonna stay in my house, eat a shitload of candy, and watch some horror movies. Probably some horror anime, probably some horror movies. Madhouse originally produced Pet Shop. Oh, that's why it's so good. That makes sense. That's why the quality's good. Madhouse makes some good shit. Like, okay, I think some of the quality may have dipped a little bit in recent years. Like, Redline was one of the most beautiful things. I think that was Madhouse 2 for Redline. And it's just it's dumb. It's dumb and about racing, and I love it. It's gorgeous. Dumb and gorgeous. like a trophy wife. So, yeah, I would say go do something on Halloween for that kind of stuff. And again, like I'm saying for this stream, I am going to apologize. I'm not doing Photoshop again this week. I'm just exhausted. Is Made in Abyss considered horror? Oh, shoot. I think yes. The, at least whenever I look up the manga for it, it's, like, considered adventure and horror, which totally makes sense for Made in Abyss. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. I think, the second or the third movie is coming out this next week. Gonna have to double check that one really fast. I need to just take notes if I'm gonna talk about anime. I'm looking forward to season 2 because I've read ahead in the manga and it doesn't get better. At first you're like, oh, this will be cute, and it's like, no. Okay, yeah, Made in Abyss Dawn of the Deep Soul returns to the theaters. I think because around the time certain viruses hit, it was supposed to be out. 3rd. Okay, yeah. So that's what I was trying to remember, because I was like, I know I saw the first movie. So let me put it this way. So I saw the first movie for Made in Abyss, I watched the entire series for Made in Abyss, and I read the manga. So that's why I'm a little lost on where they are in the movies. But yeah, the 3rd movie should be coming out. And I think I heard they're doing a dual release for it, so you can either stream it online. Yeah, that's what I heard. You can pay to stream it at home. Some theaters are still playing it, though, because a lot of the movie theaters open back up. And, I mean, I'm not messing with a movie theater anytime soon. But yeah, I plan on watching it, the virtual screening, this next week. And I think it's, from what I found, is saying September 18th is the virtual screening of both versions. Not here, I checked. Okay. Even if you invited me to go, I wouldn't go. It's just, nah. Like, I'm not doing movie theaters, not anytime soon, which makes me sad, but I don't want to chance it. But a friend invited me, so if I knew, a friend invited me to their house, so we're going to watch the virtual screening next week on the 18th. Which, that should be fun? ? And I didn't look anything up of where in the manga the 3rd movie is taking place. Because I think it's a little bit, like, it covers the second half of the series a little bit and a little bit past. I think it's when they go into the laboratory, which, that whole thing, oof. If you haven't read the manga for Made in Abyss, oh, you are in for a ride. You are in for a, like, hot mess ass ride. I think the part I stopped at, I've only eat head the movies watched. The movies are good. They're a pretty good summary of what the hell happens in the whole series. So you can just, you can watch the movies and you don't have to go back to the anime. I just want to know, I need to know, because I think the second movie covers this, certain things that happened to Rico. Did they keep it as raw as they did in the anime, or in the TV series? Kind of giving it a little bit away. Rico, her arm gets broken. Did they keep that just as raw? That's what I want to know. Because if they did, man... Yep, okay. I was gonna be pissed if they didn't, because I'm like, watching it, I was wincing and like, I almost wanted to cry. Because it's bad. Anyone who hasn't seen it, it is so, like, not bad in the way we like to make shit, but like you're gonna wince in pain. That's how bad it is. Ooh. Even my husband, he walked in on me watching that scene, and he was like, what in the hell are you watching? I was like, Made in Abyss, this is the thing I wanted you to cosplay with me. He's like, oh, this is awful. Oh, I'm like, oh, it's a good movie. It's just, yeah, that one scene. Like, I mean, there's multiple scenes, but that one's probably the top of, ooh. Yeah, pretty horrifying screams. That Seiyu, man. That Seiyu killed it, because I really believe she was in pain. Like, holy cow. Made in Abyss is so good. It's so messed up. But yeah, it would be considered a horror. I think it would be considered a horror anime. At least one of the sites I went to. I mean, Dorohedoro is technically considered horror as well. Made in Abyss? I know most people consider it adventure. No, but most people consider it nightmare fuel. He won't. Yeah, Dorohedoro is considered horror. I think it's because of the gore and the devils. I think that's why it's considered a horror, but I would lean toward Dorohedoro as more of like an adventure and comedy. Although the manga is not... It gets a bit more serious. Like, right where the series ends, that's about where the manga starts turning to be a little more of a serious storyline. I mean, it still has some messed up moments that are hilarious. Like, something it makes me mad. I can't tell anybody. I'm so mad. That's like saying Soul Heater's horror. Nah, Dorohedoro, again, I can't... You haven't read the manga, so I can't tell you why. There's some shit in there where I'm like, okay, I get why this is considered horror. It's pretty horrific. I'm upset I can't tell you, because the end of Dorohedoro is a wild ride. It is... Shit happens that you didn't see coming. Some stuff that you did see coming, and then there's some really like messed up shit. I'm getting there. I know, I'm like, you need to finish it so I can like finally tell you about my favorite stuff, because half of it, even if I told you a little bit of it, it's a spoiler. Like, I can't tell you anything about Dorohedoro. I can't. Like, I think the most I can spoil for you would be, and it's not even a spoiler, Kaiman eventually does figure out his whole face situation. And it's still not really a spoiler because it gets even more, it's trippy. It's trippy as shit. But yeah, Dorohedoro I think is it is considered a horror. There's a lot of horror. Like, there's some stuff that's considered horror in anime that I'm like, I do agree with you, where I'm like, how is this horror? Like, Mononoke. Not Princess Mononoke, but Mononoke is this, like, they hint at it pretty heavily in the first season. They do, but it's, when you get there, when you get there, you're not gonna believe the shit they pull. Yeah, like, I put in horror anime, and the first thing to pop up was Mononoke. Mononoke is good. It's very artsy, and there are some... It is a horror anime, but I guess it doesn't feel like it because of the art style. Blood-C, I still have not seen Blood-C. I just keep... like, once in a blue moon, a friend will just send me... And I'm no, I'm not surprised Raoul hasn't. Raoul would send me something awful, like Boku no Pico. But they'll send me scenes from Blood-C, which is like, there's one where it's the rabbits, and they have like a blender hand, and they just blend up. They turn people into juice. Yeah, that's one I haven't seen, and I'm like, I'll get to it one day, but I still had no interest in watching Blood-C, because I watched the original Blood, the Last Vampire, like, OG-ass Blood, the Last Vampire, like, early 2000s, probably 99, 2000 Blood, and I had fun with that one, and then they just made versions more versions after that. I'm actually shocked how much they changed her character design from that. Of course, Attack on Titan is considered horror for probably the same reason I just told you that scene in Blood Sea. They don't get turned into juice. I remember the OG one. Me too. I think I watched one of the new series and it wasn't good, so I wasn't interested. And then a bunch of people love Blood Sea. I like that one. Me too. I remember seeing Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress. I'm going through a list right now what's considered horror anime because I didn't know. Kabaneri. It was fun, but it's just Attack on Titan with zombies. That's what I felt like. And the character that's, like, I actually rage quit Kabaneri after the first season because some dumb shit the main girl does. And I was just like, I'm done. This is stupid. Then and this is just a quick Google search. So according to the next one is Magica Madoka. That actually makes sense when you watch Madoka. If you've not watched Madoka and you're just like, this looks cute and adorable. I thought it was better than Attack. I mean, I thought it was fun, but I didn't necessarily think it was better than Attack on Titan because I guess I had been reading Attack on Titan, so I felt like I didn't know where they were going to go with Kabaneri, and maybe if they finish it, I'll have different feels, but some shit she did in season 1, I couldn't deal with it. I was like, I'm done. This bitch is dumb. And I watched the movie, but I just couldn't get over something she did. Dead Man Wonderland. I'm gonna be honest. Just go read Dead Man Wonderland. Like, it's good. It's gonna piss you off because of where it ends. But the manga continues till the end. And the anime actually is still in the beginning of Dead Man Wonderland. It had one of the best endings I've read in a manga. Just period. And then, of course, what's the next ones? Danganronpa. Madoka fucked me up. What up, Electra Sauce? Right? Madoka okay, so I introduced Madoka to Mizunos. I was like, hey, you should watch this. And the shit that happened to his favorite girl. I don't know. Do you forgive me for that one? Because I was quiet. I was so quiet. I didn't tell you nothing of what was happening in Madoka. Let's see. Comedy is on Amazon Prime. At least it was. I might check it out. I trust no cute animals. I don't either. Fuck Kyubey. It's such an evil series. I was actually interested in some of the other stuff that the writer had done. And I was like, oh, this will be cool. Because I'm pretty sure... I'm going to double check on this one. He's the same writer. Chika Madoka. I'm making sure because... Let's see. And now I'm actually pretty amazed. Madoka has like a pretty big following. Like a few series. Okay, Gen Urobuchi. And I'm pretty sure he wrote... And that series pissed me off too. Let me double check. Ever since Madoka, every magical girl's gone the dark route. I still want to get that Mami jump drive. Yes. Oh, it's such a good... You probably could make it, but it's such a good jump drive. It's messed up. If you... Look it up if you want. It's pretty great. Okay, so... He basically, Gen Urobuchi did Magica Madoka Magica, and he also, okay, so he did the Psycho-Pass anime, Fate Zero, and the one. She's still my favorite though. I know, poor Mammy. She did not deserve that. He did one. It was a visual novel called Saya no Uta, and it's. I watched someone play through Saya no Uta. It is a hentai. It is a Henty visual novel. It's got an amazing story, and that's the only reason I was reading it. I went through this adventure. Well, oh my... Saya no Uta. If you can... Oh... Yeah, Saya no Uta. I only know one other friend I've had who's like, I had to confess to her. I was like, so I was checking out this visual novel called Saya no Uta, and she's like, you too? And I'm like, yeah, that was messed up, but it was a good story. Same dude that did Magica Madoka did this one. Like, he just likes making messed up stuff with girls. He just... What? Sorry, I'm like horrified by something I read on Wiki. I don't know if that's true. Oh, I don't know why they would ever do that. So it's a Lovecraftian horror visual novel. Yeah, if you want to know what it's about, I'm going to put it in here because I can't say half of it because YouTube will get on me. But yeah, same dude that wrote Magica Madoka wrote this. The song, yeah, Song of Saya. That's... They were like, cover art featuring our titular heroine. I'm like, I wouldn't say heroine. I definitely would not say she's a heroine. They have it on Steam? What? Did they... I guess Steam has been allowing a lot more adult games to pop up on its systems, because I think that was a big deal for a while. It's by Jazz, so be careful what you say about it. I'm checking now. I'm like loading Steam so I can see, like, oh man. I originally saw somebody on YouTube had played the whole game, so I watched it, and he had to censor it so hard. There was like actually a whole part he just cut, and he was like, no amount of censorship in the world could help this one. And I'm like, oh wow. Let me close that. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Store. There we go. I'll load. Okay. Yeah, just, I mean, it's got a good story. The story is engaging. It'll trap you because you're like, oh, wow. But, yeah, it's a visual novel masterpiece. I'm just wondering, did they... Well, it says it's very positive, so I'm... Oh, wow, they released it last year. Okay, or they re-released it last year. So, yeah. I'm actually scrubbing through, seeing, I'm like, did they... It says by Jazz. Geez, it's produced by Jazz USA and Kagura Games. Yep. It's very... There's some themes in it. Like, most of the stuff that would be flagged, it's in this game. Like, yeah, it's crazy. I was gonna say it looks like a late 90s game. It does. I think he might not have had as much money at the time, but if it's a good story, but it is messed up. Yeah, like somebody wrote, this is AO, and then somebody, these are comments on it, maybe 2000s. Yeah, this was, I think, 2010. It's not scary, but it's not a scary game. Like, nothing's scary in it. There's messed up stuff, but it's not scary. Like, someone wrote this down here, and it says, this visual novel is one of the most disturbing things you will ever read, and I do not say that lightly. I'm not kidding. Through this list, if any of these subjects sounds too much for you, do not read this visual novel. extremely grotesque and violent imagery, very graphic scenes of sexual violence, suicide, cannibalism, vivid depictions of intense violence, violence towards children, intense mental and physical abuse, sex slavery, and torture. That's all in Saya no Uta. So, if for some reason you're like, oh, I'm curious about this game. Yeah, fair warning. That, all of that dude read, that is in this game. It's a messed up game, or it's a messed up visual novel. The story is great, but you can definitely see where Madoka didn't mind going, like, it could have went harder. That's all I gotta say. Oh no. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know how they're gonna do that. I don't know how they're gonna do a film adaptation of this. I don't. I really don't. Even the dude on YouTube, he had to censor it so bad. Although it had my favorite censorship I think I've ever seen anybody do. Where he put... Because I'm talking about this game, I might delete the stream once I'm done. He puts jars of mayonnaise and his face looking horrified and owls. It's a wild ride. And there's no happy ending. There is no happy ending for nobody. It's Lovecraftian level stuff. Love it. Yeah, Lovecraftian levels of horror. It's an intense game. I would not tell anybody. Even at first I was like, what in the heck is this? Because I stumbled across it. Because YouTube suggested it to me. And I was like, what? That's my kind of censorship. Yeah, the censorship was great. The dude did a great job on this censorship. Like, his reactions were legit. Because I was reacting the same way. Like, oh my god, what is this? And it's like a train wreck. That's Saya no Uta, or Song of Saya. But it's interesting that Steam's allowing adult games now. Like, I think for a while they were pretty adamant they didn't want to, but I wonder if just the market for it. The YouTube algorithms. You poor fool. I know, I found some weird stuff going down the YouTube rabbit hole. Like, I'm so glad YouTube... Okay, so I'm not happy about YouTube cracking down on, like, everything, because they're getting ridiculous. Like, recently, Markiplier got a strike, and another big YouTuber, over the video of the They Allowed Honey Pop. Who enjoys this, though? It's not enjoyable. Like, you can still admit something's not enjoyable, but it was still well written. And remember, the dude who made Magica Madoka wrote this. Just remember. But they said They Allow Honey Pot, several honey games. I guess. I don't know. Honey Pop seems still pretty tame compared to something like this. So I'm amazed Steam allowed it. But yeah, YouTube's been cracking down on just creators for weird reasons. Like, I feel bad for a lot of LGBTQ creators on YouTube because they can't talk about, being LGBTQ plus without essentially getting a strike. It's messed up because they're like, oh, that's adult content. I'm like, dude, I just watched someone play all of Saya no Uta and upload it on YouTube. I mean, it was censored, but they allowed that. But somebody that's like, in that community, they can't talk about their experiences in it without being flagged. That's just screwed up. And then, of course, like I said, Markiplier had the thing recently where he got a not copyright strike. He got a strike against him because the video he was watching, which is the one where the dudes get out of the car. It's staged, but a dude gets his ass beat by SpongeBob, the Thing from Ice Age, and I think Mickey Mouse, and they just pretend to beat up a dude on the ground. And he got a strike on that recently. And I'm like, what? And it was originally he didn't get a strike. It was someone else got a strike. And that person was like, well, Markiplier had that, but hasn't gotten in trouble. What the F? And YouTube did it, and I don't know. The YouTube is becoming a weird space. I'm still small, so nobody cares about me. So I don't care what I post to a certain extent. But it's messed up. There's a lot of messed up stuff going on. So like I said, I transitioned into that other thing because this whole game was recommended to me on YouTube. Like, yeah. I don't know. Things are weird. But I'm still just in shock. Like, what the heck? I bet Steam is trying to oh man, they're probably trying to catch up with those other things. Thank Trump for that ish. He signed an executive order over Twitter, and it made all of the sites are the ones responsible for posted contents, making sites hella anxious, paranoid. Thus this. That makes me sad. I mean, it makes sense, and he probably. I know they were in the process before because a lot of these government entities and shit are trying to censor the internet. They've already tried. I mean, that's what the whole thing of SOPA and PIPA was censorship of the internet. And technically we sort of lost a partial battle with that. There was one of the, not FCC, but I can't remember the dude. He looks like a douchebag. But there's one of the guys for that, and he essentially passed a law where if an internet provider wanted to, they can throttle your internet because you're looking at something that's not there, or they can make eventually what would happen, which has happened in a lot of other countries. We would get tiered internet service. So you would have like your basic package that includes Netflix and Disney Plus. And then to be able to stream YouTube at a decent speed, you'd have to pay more. And they're just, I wouldn't be surprised if that's actually coming soon. And it says, time to get YouTube's attention, you have to stream it. No, to get YouTube's attention, you gotta, I think, I watched another YouTuber put it best. He was like, you gotta become a Karen and go bitch about it on Twitter until it gets their attention. I mean, he's right. Most of the stuff that I've seen on YouTube, they don't pay attention to until you take it to Twitter, which is like, what? There's a girl, I think she finally got her channel back. Oh. Your most popular... Yeah, my most popular video in 48 hours. Yeah, that crap. Like, basically, if I'm talking politics, then it's like, oh yeah, let's do this. And I'm like, what? Like, I don't want to talk politics. And I'm only talking some of this internet law and crap because that's what I went to school for. I got a comm degree. Let's pause that. Yeah, I got a comm degree, and that's why I'm able to. Are you done, bud? Thank you. And so I was actually in school during the whole SOPA PIPA thing, and we were like adamant. All the students were against it hard. Everybody was against it, honestly. But yeah, it's something. It's something interesting. But whatever. This is YouTube. This is where I've made my bed. I really am like I said, I don't care because I have such a small piece of pie in this YouTube game. Like, I mean, I got like 140 subs, which is great. Don't get me wrong. I love each and every one of you. I'm so stoked that I have 140 people, but I'm not enough to be a blip. Like, I'm not even a blip. So, I don't know. But anyway, I didn't mean to go on that long ass rant. I guess it just felt, it felt like something that needed to be known since I was talking about Song of Saya. And I've actually seen people play Honey Pop on YouTube too, which is kind of weird. But whatever. I don't know. I don't want to keep blabbing. Is there anything that y'all want me to specifically talk about today? Because, again, today Photoshop is acting up. I'm just kind of, like, feeling just... I think it's because I was putting together a couch yesterday, and I know that doesn't sound like it, but it took a lot out of me. And I don't know if there's stuff you specifically want to hear, and if not, I can just go ahead and start wrapping up the stream. And what is going on over here? I don't know what's going on there. But it's like, hi, I'm listening to you while I'm at work. Hello! I was wondering, I was like, who's number 5? You listen to me talk about adult content on YouTube and and the messed up state of things. I was not sure if you wanted me to talk about... Hi, friend. I wasn't sure if there's anything anyone wanted me to specifically talk about today, because I'm kind of... Usually I try to do Photoshop stuff, but the last 2 weeks... well... Yeah, I came in at Lovecraft and was like, what? Yeah, it's an adult visual novel that has very hardcore Lovecraftian themes, and... Ooh, I want to hear about your new couch. Oh, okay. I love it. I'm planning to butcher the old couch this weekend. Like, I mean, I'm not kidding. I'm going to take a hatchet to it. We've already peeled off most of its skin, and we're going to take a hatchet to the couch. But yeah, this new couch is actually bigger. So it's a chaise? I don't know. Essentially, it's the L-shaped couch. Film it with... I can make destruction content. Dark? What else do you expect from me? I told you about Song of Saya. What else do you expect from me to not be a little dark? But yeah, I was gonna destroy it. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to know. Did you all want me to make a video about my tooth surgery, my freak teeth surgery? Cause that was the other reason why last week I did such a weird stream too. Yes. We can compare. Oh man, mine is a pretty... it's pretty bad. Do you have that too? I never can say it right. It's like odontana. I don't know. They've told me like 3 or 4 times. My dentist's office is so excited that I'm coming in for this. Do you have gory pictures to accompany it? I will, because so my dentist or my orthodontist was like, hey, do you want your teeth when we pull them out? And I was like, I don't know if I want my freak teeth. And I'm going to, let's see, can I link this? Yeah, odontoma. Let's see, I can send an X. Let me show an X-ray, because this looks like my X-ray. Yes, you want them. I want you to want your teeth. I kept mine. I don't know, these are weird. So, essentially, I have, like... Yeah, it's Odontoma. And I'll put it in the chat, too. It is freaky. Like, yeah, my orthodontist is so... He's so excited by this. Like, him and, like, half the nurses, like, they're like, oh, I'm volunteering to be on this one. I'm like, freaking really? And, I guess I can tell you, so the little story that happened with this is when, about 2 weeks ago now, I went to the dentist, because I was having pain, like, I couldn't eat. I actually lost, like, 5 pounds, because I couldn't eat anything. You have dentist fabulous teeth. Apparently, although my dentist was pretty horrified when she saw this. I don't know if horrified or fascinated. Maybe a little both. But I went back because I somehow, I guess this is actually common now, I chipped a cavity, or a filling. And when I did that, I couldn't eat, and I couldn't figure out why my mouth was hurting so bad. So I went back to her, scheduled the appointment. She looked at my mouth and was like, I don't see anything wrong, but she did an x-ray on that specific tooth to make sure I didn't screw it up too bad. And when she saw it, she noticed that pocket, like barely noticed it, and was like, hold on. She's told me immediately. She's like, we need to do x-rays. Even her office was like, well, I don't know if her insurance will let her because it's not that time. And she's like, I will pay for the x-rays. I need to do a full mouth x-ray. And I was like, oh my God, what's going on? She's like, I need to do a full mouth x-ray because if it's what I think it is. So she did it, came back, like, of course they fixed my teeth first. And then she told me, she's like, yeah, I'm going to reference you to an oral surgeon because you have this thing. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? She's like, you have essentially a pocket of teeth in your gums. And I was like, what? She's like, it's a tumor that makes teeth. I'm like, great. And she's like, I'm going to send you to the orthodontist to see, do we need to do surgery on this? Because eventually it will mess with the tooth. So the very tooth that they had to fix, that same pocket of teeth will mess with that tooth. And so, of course, I was like, okay, cool. Go to my, yeah, it's a tumor made up of hard tissues that your teeth are made of. Oh my God, this is wicked. Yeah, I've been making fun of that for years. Because I have when I was little, this front tooth wouldn't come out. And it was shaped like a hook. Like the actual like root was shaped like a hook. And I had to get oral surgery to get it removed. And when they did that, I had 2 additional teeth, not counting the tooth that's supposed to come in behind it. Or a mutant. Screw you, Raul. No one likes you. No. By seeing that, my niece and nephew will never stop. And so they pulled out those teeth, left the tooth that's supposed to come down, joined the mutant club. Oh, you're a mutant too? It's bad. They pulled the 2 teeth, and then I guess after they completed the surgery, they realized there was another tooth up there. Like, so I have another, I'm a ginger. Oh, that's true. That's true. You are a ginger. So, yay, mutants. So, I have another tooth in my mouth. So, yeah, this doesn't help. But I have another tooth that's in my mouth, and at this time, nobody wants to mess with it. I didn't know you had heterochromia. I want to be an X-Men. Aw, you just too normal, Raul. You don't have freak DNA. So, yeah, I actually have another tooth that's really close to my nasal cavity. And no, the orthodontist doesn't want to mess with it. And neither does my, like, a surgeon that would be a specialist for that, because no one's sure exactly where it is. Is it still in my mouth where it's ortho surgery, or is it closer to my sinuses? Maybe it's dormant, buddy. It's true. Could be dormant. You could be like me and have cancer made of teeth. I mean, it's not cancer, but it's not going to give me cancer. At least that's what my orthodontist said. Is your nose tooth causing problems? From time to time, yes. So when it's really bad allergy season, not only do my allergies flare up, but I'm pretty sure, like, when it, like, a bunch of crud gets kind of backed up near that tooth, I'm just in pain, like, for a few days. Like, I'm actually down for the count for a day. And I think I asked my oral surgeon, could it be that tooth? And he said, yes, there's a good chance that's causing you some issues, but not bad enough to remove it. So all I do for that day is I pump myself full of Zyrtec or Benadryl, and neti pot it, and including, it's Zyrtec, neti pot, and Flonase. Take them out and make a tiny set of dentures. Make like rat dentures. So if I get a mouse or a rat that has no teeth, give them those teeth. Because that's how tiny these teeth are. I mean, that would be pretty funny. It'd be messed up, but funny. Like, from what he told me, the teeth, or essentially all that hard tooth stuff, can be the size of a grain of sand all the way up to the size of a normal tooth. And what's funny also about it is I told my husband, I was like, you know what's messed up? That I have this freak thing going on, but it couldn't do something freaky like fix the cavity that it's pushing against. Or it couldn't fix that. Yeah, my teeth issues are... I have so many teeth issues. And then I know exactly what side of the family this is. This is my father's side, my dad's side's fault. Because my brother has an opposite problem. So my brother, if you ever look at his face, he has one big front tooth. Like, it's really, like, you have to really be paying attention to notice it, but he's literally got one big tooth. Nice dad-going dad. It really, this is his fault. This is why Ray, like, my husband and I, not wanting to have kids, they're gonna have messed up teeth. Ray had fangs, I have shark teeth. Like, we're just gonna have a monster. No. But my brother has one big front tooth, and there's no other tooth. Is your brother a pufferfish? Yes, basically. He had one, it fell out, and then another big one came down in its place. And there's no extra teeth. Like, he's got all the regular sets of teeth. There's no others. So, we always make the joke that I got my brother's extra teeth. He made fun of me recently about that too, and I was like, "Oh, do you want a tumor of teeth?" I was like, "Cause I sure as hell don't want it. I really don't. I have to. I'm not looking forward to having to get that pulled out. So, luckily, the surgery isn't gonna be too bad. They described what they're gonna have to do is. My recovery is going to be similar to when you get a wisdom tooth removed. So I should be good within 3 to 4 days. That's happening the following week. Yeah, because today's the 11th. So in 2 weeks, or actually, 2 weeks at this point, the 25th, I'm getting it removed. So I will take pictures and talk about it. I think that's going to be the only day I don't do a Friday stream, because from what my dentist or my oral surgeon told me, he was like, you're going to be out for the rest of the day. God, I hate my freak mouth. Load up on soft foods. 3 weeks worth of soft foods. Okay, I'll do that, because they did send me what to do, but I didn't think about, like, 3 weeks worth. Yeah, they sent me, like, post-op instructions. They already gave me the post-op instructions. So, I can't do anything for, they said no vigorous activity for 3 days. So, I can't work out, I can't move anything. Essentially, my husband is just taking that whole Friday off and just gonna babysit me for the following weekend. Ew. Your mouth stays sore forever. My graft site is healed, but it's still sore. Ah. That's right, because you had to get a gum graft, right? Ugh. Ray had to get that done once, and he might have to get it done again. Because I guess his gums are starting to recede. Again. Yeah. So he's trying the stuff. They're like, it's not to that point quite yet, but they're pretty sure. They're like, if it keeps going, the next time we see you. Sounds like anime binge days. Yeah, I'm probably going to be binging on anime when, for those 2 days after the surgery, I'm definitely just binging some anime. But the day of the surgery, my oral surgeon's like, we use essentially when they're going to put me under, I guess it's one of those that's really easy to bring me back. And he was like, you're still going to be groggy, so you're not going to be alert or aware for like a day. And he did tell me, he just told me a few things. Like, yeah, you're not going to be really alert. That's why you have, of course, because of surgery. He's like, you need to ride home, but you're probably going to sleep the rest of the day, even though it's not that invasive as a surgery. Although he says it's not invasive. I'm like, you have to drill a hole into the bone. I know, some of you probably are getting squeamish. Like, ugh. Yeah, he's got to drill a hole into the bone, but he knows exactly where it is, because he actually showed me, if I can, I'll see if I can get the 3D x-ray he took of my mouth. Like, I didn't know that was a thing they can do for your mouth now, but he knows exactly where it is. So they were like, oh, this will be easy. I think he said I should be done in 30 to 45 minutes. It's not that bad. The anesthesia wears off nicely. You'll probably feel relaxed and worn out. That's what I was thinking. I'll probably be pretty chill. I'll just be mellow the rest of the day. So, yeah, he told me I can eat, like, soft foods, which a lot of these I eat normally, weirdly enough. Oh, you can get a print out of your x-ray and have your skull printed from it. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I'll see if I can grab that from him, because, of course, my mom took me Bill and I the Science Gift. It's so weird. He's gonna, I'll ask him for it, because he called me. He was like, you have to check this out. And I was like, no, I don't want to see my freak mouth. My mom took me, because I wanted someone with me that can confirm I heard the same things. And so my mom was like, oh, yeah, you definitely have to see this. This is weird. I'm like, Mom, I don't want to see it. And she was like, and basically the orthodontist told me to stop being a baby. And so he showed me, and I was like, okay, the x-ray is cool. But he was like, yep, I know where it is, so this will be a really easy one. And I'm like, So yeah, I'm not looking forward. I think he said that they're probably going to use a dissolving suture on it. I have... This is my post-op instructions already. God, yeah. If I can get the file, I can make it a printable file. Really? Wow, okay. I mean, I'll do it for the YouTubes. I also still have to make a video, because that reminds me. I actually did buy those Poppins, so I'm probably going to make a video for that in the next couple days. I might make like 3 or 4 videos, since I'm not gonna be active, and yeah, I'll definitely put my freak teeth on the internet. He said it's not a huge pocket, so he doesn't think there's like a bunch of little teeth in there. But they're excited. I guess they haven't had a case like this. Or no, he's done surgery before for a person or two. The orthodontist may be able to make a printable file. My orthodontist straight up offered that and told me I could take it to the library and 3D print it, which is how I knew about that. Not sure popping is stress-free. It's not, but it's fine. I already made a video of me failing at 5-minute crafts. This has got to be easier than that. But yeah, I'll go get it printed. I'll ask the... Let me write that down so I can ask him for my x-ray. You can make a necklace. Just make a necklace of my own teeth. Library, please. I'm faster and cheaper. Hey, she didn't know you had a 3D printer. Check if I can... I got wire skills. Man, everybody's down for this. Get 3D file of my mouth. Actually, it's 10 printers. I didn't know you had 10. I knew you had, like, at least 5. Yeah. I forgot. I meant to... I can make toast. I mean, if you can soak it in water, that'll be helpful after my surgery. Yeah, toast is too hard to eat after tooth surgery. Yeah, Ray can eat it. He'll eat toast. There's just 5 on my shelf. Oh, okay. That's why I was like, I thought there was 5. The funniest part was I showed Ray another picture of this mouth thing, like of somebody whose teeth were removed. And I love him, but his jaw dropped and he said nothing for like a straight minute. Like, he just did this. He's like... I was like, cool. Don't make me feel better about my freaky teeth. That's fine. This is fine. Are you supposed to take ibuprofen the night before surgery and Tylenol day of to get a jump on pain management? He said, I know. He's a classy dude. But no, they actually told me to, I can't eat 6 hours before the surgery. So they told me to wake up at like 5 in the morning if I really want to eat. And, no alcohol. Yeah, no alcohol, nothing fizzy. I guess it'll mess up the stitches. And what else did they say? Oh, I can't lay down flat. Like, I have to have my head slightly elevated because he was saying something like the roof of my mouth will be even more like, in pain if I lay down. So, I know, the music stopped. But, yeah, it's pretty bad. They already gave me, yeah, no Netflix and chill drinks that week for sure. I'm a tiny sleeper. That'd be the hardest. I'm a tummy sleeper. Yeah, that's going to be rough for me because I usually end up on my belly at night. So, I can't. Although he did say something interesting. He said, don't chew on the cause. If bleeding persists, take a non-herbal tea bag like Lipton or a generic brand and run the tea bag under warm water until the tea starts to steep. Place the tea bag over the extraction site and close down, applying pressure. The tea has I'm sorry, I'm bad at reading. Tannic acid, and it will help the bleeding. My new couch, is it reclining? No, sadly. It'll be great to stay on that couch when I'm done. I should take a picture of it. It's a really, really nice couch. It's, like I said, L-shaped couch. I can't quite remember the name of it right now, but L-shaped couch. It's got really tall legs. Like, I can... Tea bags are common cures for tooth pains. Yeah, that's what my orthodontist said. But yeah, the couch is really tall. Like, I can't crawl under it, but if I'm laying on my back, I can shimmy and comfortably lay under the couch. So my dog's gonna be happy. Oh, I gotta go. Another department needs me, and I'm walking away. Good luck with your shark tumor. Aw, thanks. I was gonna say if it was, you could sleep on the couch. Yeah, I can't. And My brother, if I want to stay at his house, he has reclining chairs, but he's, yeah, I don't want to stay there. His house is chaotic. I can't do it. Like, between the dogs and the kids, and his house is not good for that. It's not a tuma. No, it actually is a tuma. That's what my doctor said. He's like, it's basically a tumor made of dentin and all the hard shit that makes a tooth. It's just a freak tumor. Ugh, I'm not looking forward to that. I meant to talk about that last week, but I was talking about anime too much in conventions, and I didn't get to talk about. Y'all want to hear about my freak teeth? I just like that line from the movie. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be calling it that for days and be high as shit off of. Well, he said I should be fine if I take ibuprofen, but it's gonna prescribe me something harder just in case because of where it is. So hopefully what it will do is alleviate some of the pain that's been going on in my mouth randomly. Because I wasn't feeling it until like hardcore the last... Like, starting about August, I started feeling really bad mouth pains. And I thought maybe it was that, because I chipped that. And once she fixed it, it fixed a lot of the pain. But, yeah, now we found out that. And he was like, yeah, that might stop some of it, because it might be just pushing pressure on something. And, oh, yeah, the other reason I'm getting it done now is, he was like, it's better to get it done while you're younger than trying to wait, and then it could cause problems when you get older. So yeah, now y'all know my signs like Tylenol 3 antics will ensue. Probably. Ray said he's going to just take care of me and just make sure. Because the last time I got oral surgery done, I had to get my wisdom tooth removed, and I was out of it. I kept screaming. I was like, you don't think I'm pretty anymore? And he's like, oh my god, stop, you're fine. And I was like, I'm missing a tooth. He's like, stop. It's in the back of your mouth, no one can see it. And I was like, ah. Yeah, just crying and being dumb. Yeah, that's all. But, yeah, is there anything else y'all want to chat with me about, want me to chat about? Other than my freak teeth and my pretty couch, which I'll take a picture of and I'll post it. And I can actually have, like, a couple other people over and it won't be uncomfortable because the couch is bigger. And I'm just gonna... Don't mind me. I'm just sitting here for a moment. I'm just gonna follow. Okay. If not, I'm just gonna go ahead and... I guess wrap up this stream by just asking again, what would you want me to do for next week? Since the following week I'll be out of commission, but next week I'll be back, and as long as nothing weird happens... I got this new game. I need to break it in. What game is it? And yeah, just like let me know what kind of stuff you want me to do, because I still can do the Photoshop stuff. I still plan my next Photoshop stream to be the Raoul's idea where it was muffin time. Oh my god. Is it a mobile game? Okay, it must be a mobile game. But yeah, I'll next week I'll do this. I'm going to try and do the Starry Night as like sunny day and add some like gym bros and shit. No, it's a card game. Oh, I got to do a game with Raoul too, because there's a game he's got I want to try, and I think we finally I can finally kind of have people in our living room with this new couch. Because we have the couch, that's the L shape, and the donut chair. And so we can actually fit a decent number of people. It's made by Tom Ska. Huh. I'm gonna look it up. Because I'm curious. I'd also thought at one point, it's not a long game, but it's called A Sucker for Love. And I guess it's a dating sim with Cthulhu. I thought about purchasing that as well. But yeah, I guess if no one has much else to say, I'll just leave you with that. Feel free to... Yeah, of course I know DF movies. I know those. And sorry, if I seem like I'm taking a while to respond, it's because I think there's a delay. So sometimes I'm like, what? Let's see. Muffin Time. I'm trying to look up Muffin Time. Menu, Muffin Time. Oh, okay. Huh. But, yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you for joining me on today's stream. Next week, I swear I'll get back to more normal shit, and I'm gonna go continue to cry about my freak teeth. And you and Ray have Steam, or just you? I think Ray made a Steam account. He made one, I think, so we could play Civ together, but I'll double check. Let me see, because he should be in my friends list. You think I should do a short game stream? I could, because actually Raul wanted to play a game with me. And like Sucker for Love or even Steins Gate. I do want to continue Steins Gate. Like, I've been avoiding playing Steins Gate because I feel bad I didn't finish it for the stream. Let's see. Scoops. He might just... Nope, he does. He's not on it, like, ever, but... if you add Raver Rabbit or Ultimate Chicken Horse, oh god, that might be something I would play with like Raul or somebody else. But yeah, I definitely would play that. But yeah, I could also do a game stream if y'all want, and just break it up into different things every Friday. I have that game. Of course you would. Shoot. Yeah, Raver Rabbit. You'll see he hasn't been on in a long time, but he does have a Steam account. I mean... Oh, never mind. He's not as bad as, Scoops. We have Chicken Horse on the Switch. I have my Switch, so I don't know. I would either play on the... I guess it would be easier for us to play... Like, if Hubs and I did it, it would probably be easier... through Steam, since we each have a Steam account. I got it on Steam. That's what I'm thinking. I might just do it on Steam. Yeah. I think... Pending invites. Okay. Yeah, I added a friend... I think it's crossplay, but don't crawl at me on that. I can look it up and maybe play that sometime. I'm probably gonna suck. But yeah, I could do that. Would y'all want me to do a stream of... If I did purchase this game, would you want me to do a stream of Steins Gate or the Ultimate Chicken Horse, which I can do on either system since I have a capture device. And I'll actually wait a second for responses since I know there's a mad delay. And while I do that, I'm looking up more about this Muffin Time game. And let's see, what in the heck? What have you done? Okay. Muffin Time, Big Potato Games. Okay. Because I think Hubs and we haven't played board games in a while. Board or card games. Like, we have a lot of board and card games, but we haven't played in a while. Huh. First player to 10 cards. Okay. Is this coming soon? Is it out already? Because their website says coming soon. Something like Kill It With Fire Heat Wave. What? What is this nonsense? Now I'm going to look it up. Okay, you're gonna hear me get silent for a second. Oh, yeah, this is totally a game I would play. Well, I don't know if it's a game I would play. This is a game that is my life. Yep. Oh yeah, that's the funniest. We would invite Scoops. Oh man, Scoops would be mad at me. Like, he would not be my friend anymore. I'm like, why did you make me play it? Well, no. I don't know. No, he would definitely not be my friend. Also, speaking of my couch last night, when I was putting it together, a spider crawled out. And I freaked out for a second, and I rolled it back up into the packaging which it was trying to escape from. And I was like, you know what? That would be the ultimate 2020 thing. I finally got my brand new couch, and then there's spider babies in it. I would totally play Kill It With Fire. Is this what you want me to try to play next week? It's just a harmless spider. That's what you say now, until I burn down my house because I freaked the hell out and cry myself to sleep. I'm adding Kill It With Fire to my Steam store. Maybe I'll play it on... I definitely could play it on Twitch, because I've wanted to play more stuff on Twitch. There it is. Oh, that's weird. So why is this one free, but the other one's not? Oh, that's so weird. I'm just going to add it, though. First-person action game about hunting, biting. Apparently it's free? Yeah, when I go to Steam and I plug in the name, it says play game, and I'm wondering, yes, it's ready to launch. Does space required? Yeah, it's letting me play it for free. I don't know why, but I'm going to install the game and see what happens. Oh, that's you, buddy. Okay. Yeah, it's saying play the game. It's free for some reason. But then Kill It With Fire is still $14.99. What are you doing, buddy? Sorry, Samson's being an old man dog over here. Samson loves Raul. Okay, come here. Say hi to people. Oh my god, you're so chubby. Alright, say hi to everybody, Samson. Look. No, I don't have treats. I know. I don't know why you like Raul so much. I don't know why he's one of your favorite people. Okay. You want to go back down? Is that what's going on? Yes? Okay, I'll put you back. I'll put you back down. Here you go. There you go, buddy. Alright. There you go. I put you back on the ground. Floofs. Oh, somebody popped in that... Oh, is that you? Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, yeah, my little buddy here. But I still need to know, like, what would y'all like me to do for next week? Would you want Photoshop, or do you want me to play a game? Because I can do either one. And if I'm playing a game, I am leaning toward playing Kill It With Fire. Let's see. Horror anime, and yeah, then my freak teeth will be another week. Let's see. Okay. Alright, well, I guess if there isn't much going on, I'll just kind of... I think the game would be fun. Okay. Then I'll do the game. I'll play a game next week. I'll chat and play Kill It With Fire and maybe another game. Maybe the Chicken Horse. Ultimate Chicken Horse. Or I can play Kill It With Fire, because I think Kill It With Fire will be a little more interesting to watch than me reading through Steins Gate. But it's whatever y'all want. However, I'll go ahead and end it here, because somehow I still managed to fart out 2 hours of a stream. Like, streaming is so weird, but you know, do the thing. Like, subscribe, share, whatevs. I guess I'll talk to y'all next week, and I'll catch you later. So, yeah, I'm ending the stream here, if I can find my crap. Alright, peace. See y'all later. Okay, like, subscribe, whatevs. You do you. Bye.